South Korea and the United States are moving to turn last year's summit pledges into action, with new working-level talks expected within weeks. The push comes as Washington praises Seoul's growing defense role. Our Soo-young has the latest.
Korea and the United States have agreed to launch working-level talks within weeks, aimed at implementing key agreements on trade and security cooperation. Speaking in Washington on Wednesday local time, First Vice Foreign Minister Park Yoon-joo said a formal kickoff meeting to produce tangible results was agreed the previous day with U.S. Undersecretary of State for Political Affairs Allison Hooker. The minister called the outcome the most important of his U.S. visit. The fact sheet agreed between Seoul and Washington last year includes follow-up talks on sensitive security issues, including Korea's interest in nuclear-powered submarines and rights on uranium enrichment and spent fuel reprocessing. During his visit, which began on Monday, Park has also met Elbridge Colby, the Pentagon's top policy official. According to Park, Colby praised Korea's efforts to take greater responsibility for its own defense, deeming it a model ally. The remarks come as Washington pushes allies to assume larger defense roles, and Seoul seeks a speedy follow-up on the security consultations. Park also held talks with Deputy Secretary of State Christopher Landau, with both sides reviewing Korean investment projects stateside and related visa issues. Landau pledged continued support, saying Korean firms are contributing to the revival of American manufacturing. Visa discussions have ensued after more than 300 Korean workers were detained in Georgia last September, prompting separate bilateral consultations on legal status and visa procedures. Also on Wednesday, President Donald Trump's nominee for U.S. Ambassador to Seoul, michelstilh, appeared before the Senate for a confirmation hearing. A Seoul-born former Republican congresswoman from California, Still said American firms operating in Korea should receive treatment equal to Korean companies in the United States. That comes amid growing U.S. pressure over procedural investigations into Coupang following a data leak affecting over 33 million Korean users, as well as Seoul's digital regulatory environment. Still also said she wanted to verify details of Korea's pledge to invest $350 billion into the U.S. However, she also stressed strategic cooperation, calling for what she described as a very strong alliance among Seoul, Washington and Tokyo. Her words have drawn attention, as trilateral ties are usually described as security cooperation or coordination, rather than a formal alliance. Soo-young, ArirangNews.